Hi guys, and welcome to the Warhammer Lady. So today we're going to go through the first part of the HQs of the Tau Codex, and I say the first part because I won't be able to cover all of them in one video, so I'll just go as far as I can, basically. So let's get started. Commander Farsight is the same as he was before when it comes to stat line. The only thing that has changed is his ballistic skill. It has gone up by 1. He has gone down by 5 in point cost. He's jetpack infantry. And he has the Warlord trait through Boldness Victory, which allows for him to deep strike without scattering, and also if he's in a unit, they don't scatter. He has a Crisis Battle Suit, giving him a 3+ save, a Plasma Rifle, which is the same as it was in the old Codex, and a Shield Generator, also the same, a 4+ invulnerable save. He has a signature system called the Dawn Blade, which is a melee weapon, a sword, and it has Strength of User, AP2, and Armor Bane. He has some special roles, independent character, and preferred enemy orcs, supporting fire, that's the Tau special role, and very bulky. You can also choose to bring with him up to 7 crisis bodyguards. And that's it. He has no upgrades whatsoever, so basically what you see is what you get. He can't get any better than this. I like this HQ a lot, because he's versatile. I'm also very biased because I play demons usually, and whatever makes me not scatter, I love. Like a lot. So I think this is a very nice Warlord trait for him. Also, he has a fairly nice shooting attack. It's low AP, sort of high strength, and he's good in close combat. Even there he has low AP and armor bane. Very neat. So he's good for many things, this HQ. Commander Shadowsun is the same as before when looking at stat lines, but she has gone down by 40 points. That's quite a lot. She has a war gear, 2 fusion blasters. They're the same as before, but the range has been increased, so it's 18 inches now. And an advanced targeting system, which allows for her to make precision shots while shooting on the roll of a hit on a 5+. She has a signature system called the XV-22 Stealth Battlesuit. And I forgot to say this before for Commander Farsight, because he has a Crisis Battlesuit. Battlesuits themselves, they give you the Night Vision special role, immune to blind, and it also allows for you to shoot an extra shooting weapon in your shooting phase. Now, Commander Shadowsun, she has a Stealth Battlesuit, because it is that, so it also gives her Stealth and Shrouded. But since it's a special Stealth Battlesuit, it also gives her a 3+ armor save and a 5+ invulnerable save. It also allows for her to fire her fusion blasters at 2 different targets. However, if she's in a unit, she has to fire at least one of her fusion blasters towards the same enemy unit as the unit she's in. Okay? She has the Warlord trait, A Ghost Who Walk Among Us. So she can make because she's jetpack infantry, she can make a 3d6 thrust move instead of a 2d6. Nice mobility. She has some special rules. She's an independent character. She has Infiltrate special rule and supporting fire. She's also Defender of the Greater Good. And what this means is that when she's in the same unit as Stealth Chasui and Stealth Chaspre, I have no idea how to pronounce this, so just go along with it. If she's in the same unit as those, they have the Swarm Protector special rule. And that basically means that Commander Shadowsun will automatically pass her Lookout Sir rolls. She can also upgrade. She can buy drones. And she can have 1 Command Link drone or 2 MV-52 shield drones. The Command Link drone and the shield drones, they have the same stat line as the standard drone, as I went through yesterday. But the Command Link drone has a Command Link. And that drone can choose a friendly unit within 12 inches at the beginning of the shooting phase. And that friendly unit can then re-roll all rolls of 1 for to hit. And the shield drones, they have a 3+ invulnerable save, so basically they're just target practice. I think this sounds like a very nice HQ. And when I read through just the rules for her, she sounded like a super rogue. She's hard to see, she's hard to shoot at, and she can make precision shots. You can just pick out characters in different units, 2 different units if she feels like it. And she has mobility, so she can get away easily, and so forth. I think she sounds like a very fun HQ to play if you do it right. Onva has the same stat line as before, and so does his Ethereal Guard. Yes, they're not called Ethereal Guard nor Honor Guard. The only thing that has changed is that they have a 5+ save instead of a 4+. And he has gone down by 105 points. 105. That's a lot of decrease. But anyway, okay. Both Anva and his Ethereal Guard have Recon armor. It gives them a 5+ armor save. And both of them also have the Stubborn special rule and the Bonding Knife ritual, you know, the one for Tau that give them heroic morale. And let's continue with Ethereal Guards actually. They have Honor Blades. It gives them Strength +2, no AP, two-handed melee. So it's an okay-ish close combat weapon. They also have Photon Grenades, which works just as defensive grenades. Onva himself. He has the Warlord trait Exemplar of the Selfless Cause. And this is the one-use only Warlord trait that allows for your units that have gone to ground to stand up again as if they had not, so they can move and charge and shoot just as normal. He has some special rules. Failure is not an option. And this allows for the friendly units from the Tau Empire within 12 inches to use his leadership, rolling for fear, morale, pinning, and regroup. And on top of that, he also has Supreme Loyalty. And this allows for all Tau Empire units on the entire board to re-roll those tests that I just said. And he has something called Invocation of the Elements. This gives him 1 out of 4 elemental powers at the beginning of a movement phase. But he also has Great Invocation, which gives him 2 out of 4 elemental powers. And these can, for example, give friendly units a Feel No Pain on a 6+. And he also has the very bulky special. Then he has a signature system called the Paradox of Duality, and what this does is that if he takes an unsaved, or one or more actually, unsaved wounds from a shooting attack, you roll a die. If the die roll is equal to or higher than the AP of the weapon that fired, the wound is discounted for. If you have a weapon of AP 1, you can't even hurt him. If you have a weapon of AP nothing, you can't roll for that. It just happens. You know, you can't discount that because there's no AP to roll for. The first time I read this, I thought, okay, so basically he's Superman. Melta guns and plasma guns, they can barely harm him at all. But if I take a slingshot and a couple of stones, I could kill him. Alright, fine. I think it's a nice touch anyway. I like that rule. I do. Regardless, Anuva is a very great buffer. Really great. He can't shoot, he can't attack in close combat, and he has a tiny retinue to protect him from close combat harms. But the only thing he is a very neat buffer for a very low point cost. If you're playing a bigger game where you want, for example, 2 HQs, he could be a nice extra choice. Onchi. He's not in the old codex. A friend of mine told him that he was removed before and now he's back. But he's an ethereal nonetheless, so I'm going to compare him to an ordinary ethereal. He then has +1 in weapon skill, +1 wound, +2 initiative, and +1 attack, and he's almost twice the cost. It's actually more than twice the cost of a regular ethereal. He's infantry character, and he has an honor blade, so +2 in strength, no AP, and two-handed. EMP grenades, which are the same as haywire grenades, so good against vehicles, and photon grenades, which are defensive grenades. He also has a shield generating, giving him a 4+ invulnerable save. For special rules, he has stubborn. He's an independent character. He has failure is not an option. It's the same for Anva, so that friendly units within 12 inches uses his leadership for fear, morale, pinning, and regroup. And he has invocation of the elements, just as like for Anva, 1 out of 4 elemental powers in the beginning of the movement phase. And the last one is called Blade Master, and this means that he has to choose a stance when he's in a challenge. Either it's Patient Blade, which allows for him to reroll all failed saving throws at face, or its Killing Blade, which gives him rending for that phase. And that's it. He has no upgrades. For me, this guy sounds like a fluffy HQ. You know? If I were to want a really good close combat HQ, out of those we have gone through, I would most likely have taken Commander Farsight. If I wanted a buffer, I would have gone with Onba. Onshi is somewhere in the middle. He's okay in close combat. He could be super fun to have in a challenge because of his stances. It would be just fluffy fun to look at, like a martial art movie. And he's an okay buffer. So for me, he's somewhere in the middle. He's actually more expensive than Onba is, but yes, cheaper than Commander Farsight. Yeah, somewhere in the middle. Would you use it? Well, apart from that, this was the last HQ for this Tau Codex review for today. I will go through the other ones tomorrow. And until then, I wish you a good night. Bye.